The first mistake was believing we could outsmart nature. Not the gentle warmth of a hearth, but a furnace. Metal groans, coal crackles, a black cloud swallows the sky. In the 19th century, the world hungered for something impossible. Ivory was vanishing, tortoiseshell was rare, silk was fragile. Humanity wanted luxury without limits. And so men in dark laboratories began whispering to molecules. In 1869, in a cluttered workshop thick with chemical fumes, a man named John Wesley Hyatt searched for a miracle. The billiards industry had offered a reward, $10,000 for a substitute for ivory. Elephants were dying for leisure. Hyatt didn't set out to change the world, he set out to win a prize. Beakers clink, chemicals hiss, nitrocellulose is mixed with camphor. And then, a substance is born. Celluloid. It gleams like ivory, it bends like possibility. But it burns. It burns like hell itself. Film reels would later ignite in theaters, factories would explode, but the world didn't care. It had tasted artificial creation, and it wanted more. Fast forward to 1907. A chemist named Leo Baekeland locks himself in a laboratory in Yonkers, New York. The air is thick with formaldehyde fumes. He is not trying to mimic nature, he is trying to conquer it. Phenol, formaldehyde, heat, pressure. The reaction does not reverse. The molecules lock together in a rigid embrace. The first fully synthetic plastic. It doesn't melt, it doesn't bend, it doesn't yield. For the first time in history, humanity held a material that nature had never seen. Telephones, radios, electrical insulators. Bakelite became the skeleton of the modern world. Electricity surged through cities, voices traveled across continents, and plastic was there, silent, obedient, powerful. The age of oil had found its perfect companion. Then came war. World War II did not just mobilize armies, it mobilized chemistry. Metal was scarce, rubber supplies were cut off, silk for parachutes became precious, so scientists turned to plastic. Nylon replaced silk, plexiglass replaced glass in fighter planes, plastic components filled guns, helmets, radar systems. Plastic wasn't just convenient, it was strategic. It was survival. In hidden government facilities, formulas were guarded like nuclear codes. Polymer science became a battlefield of intellect. And when the war ended, the factories did not stop. They pivoted. The 1950s arrived like a bright advertisement. Shiny kitchens, perfect smiles, atomic optimism. Plastic was no longer a wartime secret. It was domestic magic. Tupperware promised freshness. Vinyl records promised music. Polyethylene promised packaging that never tore. Better living through chemistry, they said. Disposable cups, disposable plates, disposable lives. Convenience became king. Oil refineries fed polymer plants fed supermarkets. Supermarkets fed desire. No one asked what would happen when forever met disposable. No one wanted to know. The first warnings were quiet. A seabird, stomach filled with bottle caps. A beach where sand shimmered, not with shells, but with fragments. Plastic does not rot. It does not surrender. It fractures. It becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Microplastics drift through oceans like invisible ghosts. They settle in fish, in salt, in rain, in blood. Scientists now find plastic in human lungs, in placentas, in the deepest trenches of the ocean. We created something that does not obey time, and it has seeped into everything. In laboratories today, researchers stare at microscopes and see what was once unimaginable. Tiny plastic particles crossing biological barriers, crossing into cells. What does it mean? No one fully knows, and that is the terror. Because plastic was never meant to disappear, it was designed for permanence in a world built on decay. It is both miracle and curse, empowerment and contamination, the material that built modern medicine, sterile syringes, life-saving equipment, and the material that now chokes rivers and shadows unborn generations. Yet humanity has not stopped experimenting. Bioplastics, recycling revolutions, molecular breakdown technologies that attempt to undo what was once considered unbreakable. But the truth lingers like smoke. Plastic changed us. It gave us abundance. It gave us speed. It gave us the illusion of control over matter itself. But in mastering polymers, we may have revealed something darker. Our hunger to create without consequence. A city skyline at night, every light insulated with plastic, every car dashboard molded from it, every device in every hand wrapped in it. The world glows, encased in the very thing it once celebrated as progress. We thought we had invented plastic, but perhaps in the end, plastic invented the modern human. Fade to black.